Judges, please help me welcome the SIFE team from Shanghai Institute of Foreign Trade and their business advisors and faculty advisors.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are SIFT. My name is Rose. I'm the president of SIFT. And this is Martin. And this is Dorothy. They are our project managers. Completing this competition today is David, vice president, and other our team members, including Tina and Alf. Today, we are going to talk about two of the greatest challenges facing China and most parts of the world: air pollution and rural poverty. Yes, governments and international organizations also struggle with this kind of complicated issues. But you will find out that by changing some people, we can show real change to the whole situation. Our project is called Golden Straw, and the story begins with a tiny, normal, useless straw. It's hard to imagine that our country produces 700 million tons of straw every year, and almost 97% of it goes up in smoke. For the first time we went to the village, our throat seized up and our eyes burned. Black smoke everywhere. Unbelievably, small local fires are responsible for more than 11% of the total air pollution in China. At the same time, farmers live under the poverty line. There is a road over the pollution, but they cannot do anything to change it. Now let's take a look at how developed countries do this job. Paper making, electricity generation, and organic engineering. You may wonder what we have done to do with job and improve people's life. We struggled with various ideas, discussed with professors, advised farmers, and spent months checking the real techniques in China. There was no promising solution. But we didn't give up until we came up with new innovations. Straw is the material of feeding crops. It can be fertilizer for marshmallow planting. Also, it's a good raw material of lunchbox making. In the last 2 years, we have put the first two ways into practice and have the deft hands and marshmallow planting, these two projects, under the big name of Golden Straw. So first, deft hands. Was once famous for leaving cracks by yellow grass, and many farmers are engaged in this industry to make a living. However, this art is on the edge of disappearing, which leads to many farmers' own employments. Mrs. Xu is the typical example. She's good at weaving, and her work was even exhibited in Shanghai 2010 Expo. But the first time we met her, she was staying at home, finding no suitable job, and living a hard life. In the project Deft Hands, we enabled Mrs. Xu and other farmers establishing their own workshop, stop burning straw and turn it into cash. In the following time, Martin will lead you down the same path we took and told you what we have done to achieve the optimistic results.
Hello, I'm Martin. This is a coaster weaved by straw, and now there are many more types of straw weaving crafts in Xuhangtown in Shanghai. However, during our first visit there, we find the rising cost of land and fertilizer squeezed the profit, and resulted in the recession of local weaving industry. So we came up with a bold idea. Why not substitute the yellow grass with a useless straw? We can see from this picture, on the left side, which seems a little matte and down, is yellow grass. And on the right side, the straw seems much more vivid and glossy. While straw is a waste of agricultural production, so if the farmers can use the straw to do weaving, then the problem of high cost could be easily solved. Straw can also be colored and made soften, and then it will truly be a better substitute. We know it's not enough to just replace the raw material. We have to step further to make the weaving industry vital again. Farmers are known for their independence of spirit and always worked separately, which resulted in low efficiency. So we thought of establishing a workshop to solve this problem. However, at the beginning, no one would like to join. We told Ms. Xu our initial ideas. She was very impressed by our proposal, but still doubted whether it will work. So, after several times visit, we still cannot achieve an agreement with the farmers. So we changed our direction. We got contact with a local officer. He's very willing to help us. With both the government warrant and the ministry's endorsement, the farmers began to open their heart and take our advice. Finally, they sat together with us to have a meeting. We know it couldn't be accomplished in one meeting, but we went ahead. You may all have heard that the great journey starting with a single step. The farmer, together with us, took that long, scary step together. In the end, we achieved a positive result. Established a workshop for 32 farmers. Then, the farmers' disordered organization became another concern of us. The new labor management system was designed by the generations and the proficiency levels of the farmers. We can see from this graph that the old workers who are good at weaving were leveled by A, B, and C to meet different technical requirements. Experienced workers like Ms. Xu were recognized as A-level and will help other workers improve their weaving skills. Although these workers are very good at weaving, but they didn't know much in how to design new crafts. So we introduced Ma Qun, a weaving master, to teach these farmers some basic knowledge about craft design. Soon, their skills blossomed into 30 different kinds of straw crafts. In order to make the workshop more efficient, we also set management positions for 4 young farmers. We taught them relevant business skills, including marketing, management, and accounting. After building this up, in the past, we will pile up and compress straw. There is a possibility of getting fire. In order to solve this problem, we set the position of warehouse keeper to ensure the low temperature and humidity condition. We also help the farmers to design how to place goods to ensure their quality. After building the workshop, Ms. Xu told us that the farmers' irregular work resulted in fluctuated production. So we helped the farmers design a production plan to clear everyone's workload per month. We also help the farmers to add codes to each product. That means if a quality problem happens, we can trace down to the particular person, find the result, and make sure it will not happen again. Till this step, the straw weaving crafts finally entered the market. However, at the beginning, the sales volume was not as good as the farmers expected. So they started to doubt whether these products are popular. So we conducted surveys among the shopkeepers, dealers, and also customers. Finally, worked out a solution that for different channels, we should supply different products to maximize the profit. First, slippers. Tourists like these kind of items and are willing to pay a higher price. So we supplied the slippers to the souvenir shops and craft shops located in tourist sites like Qibao Street, Xinchang Town, and Shenhuang Temple. Also, there are various competitors even in one shop. So we paid attention to the display of goods. After negotiation with the shopkeepers, our products were put at well-marked positions with our hand-painted posters. By this method, the tourists can be attracted more easily. Second, storage and a pack basket. Young people like to put these stuff at home for daily use, and young people are much more used to shopping online. So we set up our own retail shop on the Taobao website, and we also link to some other sellers as their supplier. Third, coasters. Chinese restaurants and tea houses are in favor of this stuff and always make large bulk purchase. So we decided to do this business in the way of wholesale. After several trial orders, we finally achieved stable cooperations. There are already 3 ways to sell our products, but we still want to dig deeper. So we asked ourselves, why cannot we put these items into everyone's home? So we contacted with several home decoration agencies, added our design into their sample apartments. People were very interested in these products and made orders. This method well promoted our products and really contributed to the sales booming. After finding the sales channels, the logistic cost became the next concern of us. In the past, farmers didn't know how to select the transportation method. With our help, now they deliver the product in different ways according to the emergency level and order's amount. For example, if a customer is very urgent and ordered a large amount, they will deliver the product by car, but if it's not an emergency, they will find an express company to do that job. This is the 2nd year of that hand. After last year's running, we collected all the sales figures and made analysis. We find that the sales volume changed in a very regular way. So this year, we refreshed the production plan for the farmers so that they can meet the market demand better.
Now, the workshop moves on smoothly, and the weaving craft still has big market demand. We even got attention from the Women's Federation and other experts. They are all willing to help more farmers get involved in this program to improve their quality of life and enhance the traditional art. The total profit of the workshop is now over 330,000 RMB, which can be divided into 3 parts from 17 distributors in the tourist sites, Taobao platform, and home decoration agencies. The average income of the farmers is now 21,000 RMB, and their design and innovation for new products can ensure long-term development. 2 years ago, Miss Xu lives on the tightrope between caring for her family and disaster, working from day to night, but still on the tightrope. Now, working the workshop, she has an entirely new life in the village. She has learned to do business in a cooperative workshop for win-win economic benefits, and recommended this new pattern voluntarily to other households in Xuhang. At the same time, farmers don't have to bear the bad air pollution anymore by turning straw into ash instead of smoke. The statistic provided by the local government shows the usage rate of straw has increased from 3% to more than 37%. That means less straw burns and more cash in the hands of the farmers. Now, Mr. Xu and Xuhang Town has spent their way to a better life, but more and more farmers out there don't have such weaving skills. How can they benefit from straw? We made a new Chuang Yixie Town, Sengjiang district. Mr. Hua is the typical farmer in the village, working from day to night, but still can only make ends meet. In the project Marshmallow Colony, we enabled Mr. Hua and her cooperative use straw as fertilizer of Marshmallow Colony and double his income. Next, Doris while leading you the following story of helping Mr. Hua getting back on his feet and exploring a new way to a better life.
I'm Dorothy. The first time we saw Miss Hua, he was burning straw preparing for the next planting season of the rice. As a matter of fact, straw produces abundant nutrition for planting mushroom, which has a higher market price than other vegetables. Also, he doesn't have to pay the extra money on fertilizer, for straw is very accessible. We tried to persuade Miss Hua to plant mushroom by straw, but he is not an easy sell. He was reluctant to raise for the big cost. So we took him to the supermarket and the mature mushroom planting basis. He was really astonished by the huge demand and high profit in planting mushroom. However, the practical situation still cannot get him. He was in between. So we helped him to go some step further to limit the cost. By using the straw to build the greenhouses, we successfully helped Miss Hua to reduce the investments. Then he brought some of his friends and relatives, set up ENACTUS Cooperative, getting 96 solid government financial supports. As we all know, there are hundreds of mushrooms on the market. To focus on the production, together with Mr. Hua, we visited some experienced growers and experts. Finally, we decided to grow agaricus mushroom. This kind of mushroom is appropriate for small-scale planting by farmers. The market prospect motivated Ms. Hua to know more about agaricus mushroom. So we collected data from other mushroom planting bases. And then we draw a graph to help Ms. Hua to analyze the production cycle of agaricus mushroom. From this graph, we can see that from July to September, these 3 months are slack farming season of agaricus mushroom. The high temperature in summer and the low humidity during autumn are inappropriate for mushroom to grow. On hearing this, Ms. Hua wondered whether there is some way we could keep mushroom grow in summer. To avoid the extra expenses, we try to substitute the normal plastic cover in greenhouses with the straw cover. And it works. When selling the mushroom, Ms. Hua noticed that many customers are not willing to buy the bigger ones. So we investigated the market and found out that agaricus mushroom with similar size is 3 cm diameter sells best. We suggest Ms. Hua use the measuring tool to precisely control the pickup time of agaricus mushroom. And in this way, the sales performance of ENACTUS Cooperative is greater than other ordinary suppliers. In order to guarantee the long-term progress of ENACTUS Cooperative, we made several market promotion strategies for Mr. Hua. First, pay more attention to the after processes. When supplying to the deep processing manufacturers, he can pay more attention to the after planting services, such as washing, uniform packaging, for the convenience of the middleman. Second, branding value added. When supplying to the restaurants, he can pack the mushroom and attach the logo of his cooperative ENACTUS to the packing. In this way, many customers are willing to identify the mushroom produced by ENACTUS. Third, order production. We also help Ms. Hua to achieve the agreement of order production with several restaurants in Songjiang University town, where we live, and directly deliver to them. However, Ms. Hua tells that why we have to do so many after-planting services just for a little higher price. Successfully persuading him that a brand always has a long-term effect on marketing. So, Ms. Hua agreed to have a try, and the sales performance of ENACTUS Cooperative finally justified our strategy. In addition, we also help Ms. Hua analyze the production planting cycle of agaricus mushroom. From this graph, you can see that the moisture content of agaricus mushroom is highest at the second day. So the shelf life of it is 3 days. In order to guarantee the quality of agaricus mushroom, we suggest Ms. Hua supply into the Songjiang farmers market, which is relatively nearby Yage. And we also taught the members of Yage the knowledge of logistics, storage, and inventory management to minimize the cost and to ensure the in-time delivery and guarantee the long-term progress. Next, let's see how local government and Mr. Hua comment on our projects.
区域比较大，我们的社会耕地面积有2000多亩地，所以呢，就说每年产生的秸秆也有很多。这个秸秆问题一直是我们村委会一个头痛的问题。我比较赞同，就是说这是SIFE对我们村里面这次活动的一个支持，这次活动的向导，因为村委会以前呢没有这样的实力，所以呢，就是他们在这里呢给我们呢提供了这样一个平台，我们怎么去处理秸秆这个一块的方面。
毕竟是比较淳朴的，而且那个文化学历也不高。我们老想那个发展到全上海最大的那个食用菌那个种植的基地，基本上不在我们老下，能够发展到这么一个规模。其实一个是离不开政府的支持，肯定的。另外一个呢，像那个上海那个外贸SIFE的同学呢，也很关心我们SIFE的那些同学呢，他们对那个秸秆的综合利用的解释，帮助我们或者我们开了好多眼界，帮助也提高了，同时也提高了我们那个种植的技术。
2 years ago, Mr. Hua only got 9,600 RMB per year and is strictly limited in his farming work, reluctant to try new ideas and seize the opportunity to change his life. Through explanation and encouragement, it was us, SIFE, let him know the market rule, no risk, no profits. Besides, we have helped him to use the methods to reduce his risks. Now, his income doubled by mushroom planting and going to enlarge the planting area to meet the scale market demands. At the same time, he don't have to bear the bad air pollution anymore. More straw what we needed as fertilizer for massive production. Our persistent efforts turned passiveness into activeness. He became the specialist of mushroom planting in the Yexie Town and encouraged more farmers to establish their own cooperative and taught us the knowledge we taught him to other farmers actively. With a wide spread of healthy diets, mushrooms have a huge market potential as an ideal food for keeping fit. We consider helping farmers diversifying the types of mushrooms to meet the various demands of the consumers, and seek to enter the high-end market by planting valuable spices and organic mushrooms. We believe this utilization of straw will be promoted extensively in Shanghai or even in China. Afterwards, the burning of straw will be minimized and the air quality will be improved greatly. Ladies and gentlemen, this may be the end of our presentation, but not the end of our story. This project has not only changed the farmer's life, but also our team members. From the beginning, some of us have never been to the villages before. We didn't know what is a straw and didn't touch it. When doing the project, we went to the villages at least 30 times, read at least 10 books related to mushroom planting, visited hundreds of experts, and made countless calls to all kinds of people. But more than that, we have all realized there are more ways to use straw. There are more ways to improve people's life. The combination makes a miracle. We are creating local solutions for global economic challenges, and this is exactly the value of our SIFE. But we won't stop here, we won't stop now. In the future, there will be more impossibility become possibility. The villagers, farmers, owners all took that first step together and kept working. So did we.
Thank you.
We never give up. We are
SIFE!
Thank you. Now we have our Q&A session. All the judges can ask questions. Please raise your hand to have a question.
Thank you very much. Great project. Very interesting indeed. I've got two questions. The one is, what percentage of overall straw did you affect with your two projects? So how much straw were you able to reduce in the area there? And then what happens to the straw when it's on the rooftop? What's the longevity of the straw on the roof in these greenhouses? And what do you do with them if you have to renew this? What do you do with that straw then?
Okay, thank you for your question. I will answer it. At first, you mentioned that how many straw have we used, right? And I think I have mentioned that the usage rate of straw has increased from 3% to 37%. When doing the first project, adapted hands, we use the straw to maybe the living crafts, and maybe we use 936 kilogram of the straw, but this is not enough. So when we do the project, the mushroom planting, we use more straws. When we have one greenhouse, we will use 2 tons of straw to make also made as a greenhouse and as a fertilizer for the mushroom planting. And can you repeat your second question? Thank you.
The second question was about the longevity of the straw that you use on the rooftops. How many years does that straw be in function, and what do you do with it when it's old and you need to renew it?
Renews. You can answer. You mean the renew of what?
When you use the straw as building material, so maybe after 2 years, the weather has weathered out the straw and you need to renew it. So what do you do with that old straw then? Because then you have just the same problem, but 2 years later or a few years later. So what's the lifespan of the straw that you use in your greenhouses?
Lifespan. When we gather across the straw, it has 2 times in 1 year to have straw, and we use this straw to make the handicrafts and to plant the mushrooms. When you mean when we use straw and in the lab, you mean in the future? That I wanted to answer you. We have made 3 methods to reuse straw. We have made it 2 less adapted hands and mushroom planting now, and maybe it can be also a good raw material for making the launch box. Then we are exploring this new way now, but maybe in the next year or the next 2 years, this project can be presented to all of you. And when we're doing the adapted hand in this program, that's only 32 farmers in this project, and we wanted to let other farmers who are good at weaving crafts to get involved in our program and to in this workshop and have the win-win economic benefits in this workshop. And in the mushroom planting this program, I think the farmers are going to plant the vulnerable species and the organic mushroom to meet the various demands of the consumers in the future. So they will have, also we have mentioned that we will add the value of branding, and we pay attention to the after process of the mushrooms to get more attention from the consumers. Thank you.
I want to add something because as for the second question, the residual of the mushroom of the straw, that we can put it as a fertilizer again, so that when we renew the straw on the roof, so that it can also be the fertilizer for other vegetables. Okay, thank you.
Can I ask? Can we just be absolutely clear when these projects started? Because there's data in your annual report that goes back to 2009. So when did these 2 projects start?
Thank you for your question. Our project started from 2010, but we have made a great progress from 2011 and 2012. You can see from our annual report that for the first years we do many research jobs, and in this year we have to do the actual steps to help the farmers establish their workshops and do the mushroom marketing.
Time has expired. Judges, please join me to thank the SIFE team from Shanghai Institute of Foreign Trade for the presentation and our